No, no. Would you?
So I'll quickly run through the idea. I was not 100% sure what exactly cover, but one second, one second.
Kumar, why don't you start, please?
Give me a second. There was a presentation.
Station, please start.
Wanting to, and can you hear me? Okay, so this presentation I'll basically cover two, three aspects. What this focus on understand focus on what we do and what are some of the other things which and of course the challenges and I don't know about those, but at this point in time we would cover the activities.
It's not clear.
So you Kumar, this stops my thinking and
Let's go. Meanwhile, you can.
Sir, can we move to Miss Rita? Sir, okay,
let
so
me
now we
start
can
this
see.
because
Can you start,
I'm
please?
starting, it is not
Yes, yes.
it's not trying to start. My site is stopping to move, and that's the reason I'm pressing it. Because see, after this slide, I'm not able to go to the next slide.
Anyway, but now you, because the honorable
Right, but I only when the system allows me to change my slide. I
slides and all that
can do that, but then if it was a presentation, I thought I can do the presentation. But
Then what I that meanwhile you presentation
organize,
will request we will request the next speaker.
hear me out. The presentation is not to be organized. Presentation is not, the slide is not moving on the show. That's what I'm saying.
So
I
that
am not able to change my slide.
pick up
This
slide.
Yes.
yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'll go with it. I'll finish quickly if you want.
Yes,
to
because
finish,
the
I can finish.
Honorable Minister will join and we have Ms. Rita Singh also to speak.
I don't know what was the challenge. The is very what is happening right now. One is there is a proposed amendment to the act, and if it passes, if it goes through, where the challenge will be still. The amendment basically are 2 or 3 aspects of amendment which are interesting and important. One amendment is to make the distribution sector a little bit more responsive and potentially attract more investment in the distribution sector. Also streamline the regulatory process. Bit more centralized and not the do their own way. So this basically these factors happens. And in future, the subsidy which is currently being not the state government and states are kind of to distort the process, that will go away. The second thing is what's happening in, and again, slide is not good, but I'll go through it. And especially in the state of UP, which is
Mr. Arun, you are not audible at all.
I'm not audible at all. Is it?
And I request everyone else except the speaker, please mute your microphones, please.
My mic is here. Can you hear me? There is noise in the background. That's the reason you can't see. If you unmute, then you can't hear.
Yeah, because many participants have their microphone on.
So I can't do much about that. I can only speak for myself. Normally, you have to have all the non-speakers.
All the participants, can you please mute yourself? I request all the participants to please mute yourself.
Yeah. So can you hear me now? Yeah. Sorry, there is an echo now.
Yes, sir, we can hear you now. Please start.
Yeah, there is an echo now. This is a new problem. Can you hear?
होस्ट को छोड़ के सभी जना अपना माइक म्यूट कर देंगे तो ये इको का प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगा.
This is Sunny from Minister's home. ये काफी ऑडियो सर आ गए हैं. Please mute everyone, please, because we are getting lot of disturbance in audio as well as we are getting lot of echo.
I think what I suggest is that we will have Mr. Arun Kumar's presentation a little later, and meanwhile I will request MS Rita Singh, Chairperson and Managing Director, Mesco Steel, to please make her presentation. Welcome, Ms. Rita Singh. Please make your presentation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Khalid Basi.
Thank you.
लगा के रख.
Arun Kumar and
अरे
Mr.
भाऊ
Bahadur Singh
नमस्कार.
and the
मला
Honorable
वाढदिवसाच्या खूप
Minister
शुभेच्छा.
Nitin Gadkari
असंच तुम्ही मोठे मोठे
I hope you
बिझनेसकडे
can
राहो.
hear me.
लगाय?
I hope you can hear me. SME has been the backbone of
लगाया क्या हेडफोन लगा?
has been the backbone of many industries. So the present situation, which is today of COVID, has disrupted the socio-economic of the world in an unprecedented manner. This kind of health emergency, which has engulfed the entire world in a very short time, felt by all industries and MSME sector, especially, of course, the people involved in these sectors, like so many migrants which have gone away and many of them are there. The government has been very decisive and preemptive in dealing with the challenges posed by the COVID pandemic. Shri Nitin Gadkari ji and now and by this department, and hopefully this will drastically change the situation of the SME sector. I want to bring a lot of few points which we were has given us a 3 lakh crores funding, which will be available to 45 lakh. Very few which are registered. One of the MSME are becoming a component of supply chain. The trend needs to be nurtured through technology and linkage with research and development organization, advice on digitalization, state-of-the-art infrastructure, in line with cluster approach of the window. This important point I like to request Shri Gadkari for providing bank loans. But it is small and medium enterprise and service. We've been trying to incent, but for this innovative business, finance has been because business model is unproven and there are risks which are there with any other new ventures which may happen. A special scheme which enables leading to innovative business in the need of the hour. The devil lies in the detail. We need to understand the implementation of the new policies of MSME down till the time that is implemented. Also the legacy issue. Now there are many mid-segment areas which are 1,000 to 2,000 crores business, but the MSME has invested their funds in that, given them loans. Now they have become an NPA. So that needs resolution. We need that they should have a resolution apart from IBC. All MSME dealing with government have supported Make in India, but they have received their payments not in time. They are landing also while government uses capital to help infrastructure. Now, eligible borrowers means all business enterprises, MSME, institution borrowers, accounts with outstanding loan up to 25 crores. That is before on 29 February or before. It's about 250 crores. However, policy has to be very new MSMEs because they are being called the champions, the new SMEs. How would they get these loans? I reached and they said that the is not there that what are the we would on that. Then comes the rate of interest. The rate of interest, which was said in the newspaper and the television, was 8.3%. But today I read it is 9.25%. And from the non-banking financial institution, is it 14% or less? We would like to note that. Then the policy states that the NPAs as are not eligible for this loan. This helps. This should also be provided to the people who are already NPA to restore their businesses and the MSME. The bank and financial institutes are considering this as an additional working term loan. So when I spoke to a banker yesterday, they said that the term loan which will be giving to us will be put onto the loan is not will be putting onto the collateral already given, while it is collateral free loan. So which is this loan is not collateral free. So would like to know what is the position on that. Also, when a new MS, what happens then? What collateral? That is, we would like to know on that. Any top-up loan. Now, I've already got a loan for 8 crores or 9 crores or 5 crores. Suddenly I have an export order, which is not considered into the turnover. Then the top-up loan, they are saying they will not give it to you until you paid the previous. So we would like to know a clearance on that. To be set up with the banks, we must have a meeting every month with the bank to say that what was sanctioned and what was disbursed. I think that's very important because a lot of things are to know this so that we can follow up that. Then comes the compliance part of it. We are talking about a lot of compliances on a medium, small industries are there. There are approximately 60 laws for regulations of small businesses and many for registered. So I would suggest goes to the Indian entrepreneurship. You can do a random check whether they are these rules strictly or not. Then comes the last point. I believe there was a meeting with the finance minister on the 9th June. These monies. So we would really know. That's why we said that month to see how that, because when I speak to an NBFC, they say that it'll take some more time and it will be only done after July when they have the clarification on the funding on which sector they should give. So I would like to thank Honorable Minister and thank the association which is asking to talk. But I would like to also say, kindly give us a clarity on the loan sanction and disbursed, because I think that the COVID might not end for quite some time, and therefore we need all these help to go to our industry.
Important issues and also said the need of the hour. And also very valid point about the eligible borrowers. I think all these points noted down, and the honorable is already here. So your presentation that Mr. G. Friends, G is with us now to participate in this very important seminar. I think it will be belittling, you see, the name and the work and the reputation of the Honorable Minister if one were to formally introduce him. Because I believe that Mr. Gadkari is known not only to each one of us here, but also to the people of this country as a doer, as a go-getter, as a policy maker, and a great believer, you see, in the images of the uplifting the image of the poor, the downtrodden, and that shows, you see, the confidence of the Honorable Prime Minister in Mr. Gadkari by giving him so many important portfolios, including that of the MSME. So it is indeed a privilege for us to have the presence of Mr. of the Honorable Minister. The issues relating to MSMEs are enormous issues, but equal commitment is there from the present government and particularly from the Honorable Minister that the challenges which are being faced by MSMEs should be addressed in a very practical and feasible manner. These, sir, the welcome measures have been taken by the government and your ministry to kickstart our economy again. We reckon that while rolling out the plan, whether proactive, apprehend certain quarters that banks, though flush with funds, have been unwilling to lend to this category of borrowers may not be reached. Also, which I'm sure that during address take into these. Recently, I also newspapers that in you skill map of the micro, there is a miss. Therefore, the joining is as employees today's economics and distinguish who is part of this webinar to please deliver his chief guest address. Honorable Mr.
Respectable Dr. Lalit Bhasin, President of IICC, NIC and Bar Association of India, my Mr. Nanik Rupani, all respectable dignitaries and dear friends. Presently, the whole world is facing time in India. आवाज नाही आला. बरोबर. Hello. At the
We can hear you.
We
yes,
hear you.
आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
चलो. Same time, India is also facing the problems. Now this is the first priority that we need to COVID-19. This is as far as we are facing very. I feel that in due course of time we will get vaccine. Ultimate solution possible. We are expecting vaccine will be available, and which is going to resolve our maximum problems. But at the same time, we are facing economic crisis. One thing is very clear that all the stakeholders related with our economy are facing serious problems. To take an example, for example, some of the states they don't have money to pay the salary of next month. The central government revenue is also dropped. At the same time, banking system is under stress. And our MSME, our industry, they are also facing crucial problems. At the same time, our migrant labor also, and the laborers particularly also, they are also many times. So first of all, what my feeling is, it is the time for the country and for the people. We need to create positivity in the mind of the people. The fear, frustration, this is not good. And that is the reason that people starting walking from Mumbai to Lucknow, Mumbai to Patna because of fear. So we need to create positivity and self-confidence in the mind of all the people and all the stakeholders. That is the most important thing, which is very important for the country. I feel that 100% we will win this war. And government is already supporting to all stakeholders, whatever the possible for the government, we are taking decisions. And protect, we want to save every stakeholder. And we will march ahead with taking cooperation, coordination, and communication between the all concerning stakeholders, and we will march ahead. Presently, MSME is one of the important sector which is related with the development GDP 30%. Our 48% export of our and MSME creates 11 crore jobs. At the same time, we have village industries, that is khadi, the small industry, particularly village industry. So the government policy is that we need to create more employment potential in agriculture, rural and tribal sector, and 115 aspects. There are a lot of negative points which we are facing. There are some also. The two important words. Now, no country deal with China. Invest neither expansion of their industry. One of them are not to deal with China. And of alternatives are available. Got the important strength by which we are in position that we can be for the world. Presently, we need upgradation of technology. And we have got as a huge market, big population. We have young, talented engineers all over the world. We have got the young, trained engineer population in our country. The raw material is available. We have 12 major good ports. Their efficiency is increased. It is twice, and it is as long as it is equal to international standards. So I'm giving you two examples. When the coronavirus, the pandemic start, we don't have PPE kits. So 2 months before, we imported PPE kits from China by special flight. But today our MSME industry is making 5 lakhs PPE kits per day. In Nagpur, one of the Orange City cluster here in Nagpur, the 17 partners are there with the cooperation of MSME Ministry cluster doing excellent job. They are making shirts for Peter England. of good quality. And I requested them to why you're not making this PPE kits. Our MSME officer taken special interest in it, and now today that cluster is making 10 to 12,000 PPE kit per day. And now we are surplus. We have now given NOC for export, and now we are exporting PPE kits. At the time when this pandemic started, the sanitizer rate was 1200 rupees per kilometer per liter. But I requested all sugar mills, the ethanol companies in UP, Maharashtra, everywhere, and requested state government to give them food and drug license. Now we are making sanitizer, and the rate comes to 160 rupees per kilometer. And now we are exporting sanitizer to the whole world. Already many people are getting good orders. So my feeling is that we need to understand that we have to find out the way out. I always tell to my friends that there are some people who convert problems into opportunities, and there are some people who convert opportunities into the problem. So there are problems, I accept it. There are problems related with banks, there are problems related with demand and supply, there is a problem with liquidity. The most important problem in the present economic situation is the liquidity. We need to increase the liquidity in the market. Without that, we cannot accelerate the wheel of our economy. And that is the reason that we have taken a decision in MSME that there will be fund of 50,000 crore. And the good MSME, they have good bank record, good GST record, good income tax record. They are making export. We can, by simple methodology, we can give them rating, and we will add our 15% equity in their project from the government side, and they will go to capital market and raise the equity. One day before, I have a discussion seminar with an investor in Dubai. They are very keenly interested to invest in India. Actually, the whole world, investment point of view, they are more interested to invest in India because they are getting more returns in India, and the secured investment is secured. So today, majority insurance fund, pension fund, and then foreign banks, all are very keenly interested to invest in India. You know that in South Korea, when you deposited money in the bank, you are not getting interest, but you have to give the interest for that. Same situation in Japan. So there is a huge potential to get a good foreign investment. Now, presently, size of our GDP is 200 lakh crore, out of which 220 lakh crore already package is declared by the government. The economic expert, they are assisting that there will be budget deficit in state and central government. They feel that it will be approximately 10 lakh crore. So now this is the time we need to have more liquidity in market. And that is the reason that we need investment through share market, through in our MSME, in our major industries, even in NBFC, in our banks. And at the same time, we can get more investment in infrastructure. As I'm also the Minister for Road Sector, we have decided to award more than contracts of 15 lakh crore within 2 years. We are making a lot of big highways. We are raising funds. Now we are trying to get insurance fund, pension fund, ADB, World Bank, BRICS Bank, foreign banks. And also we are raising fund from the market. And we are getting fund. We don't have any problem. Our rating is AAA. Our present income is 28,000 crore per year. And I am confident that up to end of this year, we will be 40,000 crore per year. And my target is within 5 years, we will go up to 1 lakh crore per year. So we'll get the money from the market. At the same time, the way in which we are making this fund of fund for investment in MSME to stock market. The idea is we will invest giving maximum 15% equity into that MSME. And after 2 year, 3 year, when value of our share will be increased by 2 times, 3 times, we will sell the equity and again we will invest in another MSME. So by which this rolling fund will be useful, that we can invest thousands of MSME, our money, and that they will be very familiar to the capital market. And that can be a golden opportunity for them to increase their productivity and turnover and getting more export order, because it can be more easy for them. So the way in which now to getting more liquidity in the market is very important. The other important thing which we have already taken decision, that is very important, a historical decision, that in MSME we changed the definition of MSME. Actually, last 14 years, government was trying to take this decision, but there was a lot of problem. So previously, there was a classification between manufacturing enterprises and service enterprises. Now, the classification is only for one category, that is manufacturing and services. In micro, the investment was rupees 25 lakh previously. Now it comes to 1 crore. The investment means investment in plant and machinery or equipment. Then turnover was 10 lakh. Now it comes to first. Previously it was 5 crore. Now it is 10 crore. Turnover was 2 crore. Now it comes to 50 crore. And for medium industry, the investment was 10 crore. Now we have taken it to 15 crore. And turnover was 5 crore. We have taken it to 50 crore. Kajal. आवाज येतोय माझा? So the 250 crore turnover, and we excluded export from all the three criteria. So this is definitely going to very much helpful for MSME, and I feel that this can be a great advantage for it. Then up to March end, I have already given answer in the parliament that 6 lakhs MSMEs are restructured. Now we have already given subordinate debt fund of rupees 20,000 crore. The subordinate debt fund will be useful for banks where it is difficult under present policy for them to restructure the MSME. In that case, the accounts are NPA. We will support MSME by giving equity from this fund, and by which then bank will be in position to restructure that MSME. 2 lakh MSME will be benefited from that. The MSME, we have also taken a decision. The MSME, those who have 25 crore loan and turnover up to 100 crore, we are giving them additional 20% collateral free additional loan over their existing limits, approximately 3 lakhs crore additional collateral free loans to MSME. So already my knowledge, I am not sure, but it is 35,000, more than 35,000 crore is already disbursed. And actually we have one champion portal, which is launched by Prime Minister. We have up till now resolved 50,000 problems. My suggestion is, anywhere if you have any problem with the banks, any problem, please you send one email on this web portal. There is a constant review meeting. I am also very aware about all these things. So anywhere, if you have problem, already we have resolved 50,000 problems. So my suggestion is, you can anytime approach to this web portal, and which is actually very important for implementation of this program, which is declared by the government. We are now planning for making e-marketplace for MSMEs. We are working on that. The all PSUs of central government, ministries, particularly central ministry, central government and public undertaking, whatever the dues of MSME, government is giving order to them that within 45 days you have to clear all the dues. Regarding state government and state government ministry and undertaking, I already requested to the chief minister that kindly verify you also give the order about MSME dues within 45 days. And regarding the private and major industries, I have a lot of interaction with all the people. I requested them that first of all, you please issue, solve the issue related with MSME where their payments are pending. So they are also promised me, and a lot of people have taken a decision for that. So MSME sector is now, we have got opportunity for upgradation of technology, for taking foreign investment in our MSME, and even it is opportunity for to increase our export. We are going to publish one book actually that is under preparation, that from last year what are our export and imports. We need to find out the option on it, that which are the field where we are importing. Just for example, I'm giving example of agarbatti sticks and some of the item related with bamboo from China. That was a huge import. Our total industry was destroyed. So we have now increased 30% duty on that. So now I'm confident that is going to create jobs for 35 lakhs people in the country. In honey, blue economy, biofuels, we are giving special attention and developing as agro MSMEs. We are encouraging handloom, handicrafts, the skilled manpower in the whole part of, particularly in the village area. They have got a lot of capability. We need to develop them. We need to support them from designing to everything. And I feel that the village industry turnover, which is 88,000 crore up to March end, we have targeted to make it up to 5 lakh crore within 2 years. So our highest priority is to create employment potential in the agriculture, rural, tribal area. I'm giving example of our blue economies of 1 lakh crore. And our boats, which the fishermen they can go only up to 7 nautical miles. Now we have already manufactured Cochin Shipyard and one of the technical institute in Cochin, that trawler, which can go up to 100 nautical miles, and the cost is 1 crore 25 lakhs. And now 20,000 crore special package is given for fishermen. So now we are planning to give, there will be a farmer produce company we have at the same line, we can make fishing produce company. And on the basis of that fish produce companies, they can, 5 fishermen come together with 5 lakh equity, their capital will be 25 lakh, and we will give them loan of 1 crore, and they can take trawler, and they can go up to 100 nautical mile. The result will be our fish production will be increased by 6 to 7 times. And we can make this blue economy of 5 lakh crore, presently which is of 1 lakh crore. Even the sweet water, we have got lot of potential. Now, regarding this bioethanol, our economy is of 20,000 crore. We are purchasing ethanol in petroleum company from the agriculture sugar factory, and particularly the volume of the industry is 20,000 crore. We are not sugar, only ethanol. So we have decided to make it 1 lakh crore. We are now formulating a special policy because we have rice surplus, wheat surplus for 3 years. And now sugar is surplus. We are exporting sugar, giving 6,000 rupees subsidy for exporting sugar. 60 lakh of ton sugar we have decided, targeted for export, and giving 6,000 crore subsidy. In place of that, without making sugar, we can make bioethanol. And we have the potential that at least 5 times more ethanol, up to 1 lakh crore, there is no problem. Petroleum companies are ready to purchase, and that is import substitute, cost effective, pollution free, and indigenous. So we are giving permission now to making ethanol from rice, food grain, corn, and that is important for the agriculture and rural industry. The food processing industries, we are now planning to give them special schemes for pre-cooling plant, cold storage for export. So now we are now planning to increase our employment potential in the rural tribal agriculture and particularly the 115 aspirant districts where people are socially, economically, educationally backward. So we are now planning policy for that and giving some priority by which we can make agro MSME. So this can be possible. We are taking lot of new initiative. My this watch is the belt is from Khadi. This watch is from Titan. And when I launched this watch, within a month, total products are out of market. So much demand is there. So ladies watch and gents watch. Both are there. The cost is 5,000 rupees. So now we are making it more for that. There is lot of potential in sericulture, textile, solar charkha. We are planning to give 10 lakh solar charkha to particular ladies entrepreneurs, where they can get at least 15 to 20,000 rupees a month from them. And then on their house, there will on rooftop there will be solar panels, and the house they can make this suit from that thread from that solar charkha on solar power, and we can use it that for the textile. So this type of new innovative methods we are using for creating more employment potential in the rural agriculture area. What my suggestion to all of you that we need to think into the two parts. One is agriculture, rural, tribal, and 115 aspirant district. That is a different thing. You are majority people you are from Mumbai. I am giving proposal already to government of Maharashtra. In Dharavi, we have 150,000 workers who are working on leather industry. We have Agra, Gurgaon, Noida, Kanpur, Chennai. Everywhere there are pockets. The present leather industry's turnover is 1,45,000 crore, out of which 45 to 50,000, 55,000 crore is export, and 85,000 to 90,000 crore is domestic market. I suggest them. We are making Mumbai Delhi Express Highway. So our highway, the most interesting thing is we have already saved 16,000 crore on land acquisition. In place of taking alignment from Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Surat, Vadodara, we have taken a new alignment. It's a green highway having the width of 120 meter. And now first phase we are making it 12-lane axis control cement concrete road, where we are expecting Mumbai to Delhi by 12 to 13 hours. And truck will be take it 28 hours. So on that highway, the land acquisition cost is 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs rupees per acre average. Because we chosen the alignment in the backward and tribal area of Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat. It starts from Sona near Gurgaon, coming to Savai Madhopur, Alwar, then coming to Jhabua, Ratlam, and coming to Vadodara to Mumbai. So this is a totally a backward area, and that is the reason that the land is available. So now we are we as a NHI we are now already have a policy. We are going to acquire the land for industrial clusters. We can make leather cluster, food cluster, plastic cluster, chemical cluster, different type of industrial automobile clusters, and there will be a smart city, smart villages. And this city or village will be well connected to ports, airports, and railway stations. That responsibility will be taken by NHI. The land will be acquired by NHI. The water, power, transport, and communication infrastructure will develop by the concerning agencies. And we can even ready for making all these type of smart clusters, smart villages, smart city in a private investment, private entrepreneur. If they are ready, we are also ready for that. We are formulating the scheme for that. We can make logistic park, roadside amenities. Then we can make now we are planning bus ports, because we need to increase the income of NHI to increase it from up to 1 lakh crore within 5 years. We are planning for making 2,000 petrol pump and gas stations. As a transport minister, my vision is the future fuel for the country is LNG. We need to convert our transport system, particularly buses and trucks, on LNG. That is going to reduce our saving for 50% compared with the diesel. So now we are also making one pilot project for electric highway. We are talking with one Swedish company, and there will be a 20-kilometer. The rail will be there on the rail type system will be there. The bus will charge on that up to 20-kilometer, and after that they will go up to 200-kilometer without charging. Again they will charge. Again they will go ahead. This type of pilot project first we are making on this highway. The land acquisition is completed. 32 packages out of 62 packages, 32 packages are awarded, and within 3 years we will complete this Mumbai-Delhi Express Highway. Actually, Mumbai-Pune Express Highway is 6 lane. This is the first phase. It is 12 lane. We double the Mumbai-Pune Express Highway. And actually, the distance between Mumbai to Pune is 125 kilometers. And this highway, Mumbai to Delhi, is of 1,380 kilometers. So it's a big highway. We are making such type of 22 green express highway. Now we are going to complete within 6 months Delhi Meerut. Meerut to Delhi, they was taking 4.5 hours. Now it will be 45 to 50 minutes. We have inaugurated one part of highway near Swaminarayan Mandir in Delhi. The 16-lane road is there. We are making now we are making Delhi to Amritsar and Katra. Within 4 hours, you can go to Amritsar from Delhi. And within 6 hours, you can go to Kashmir. 6 to 7 hours. So this type of highway network we are going to develop now. There is a land is available where we can develop industrial cluster. And most important thing, Nanakji, very important for Mumbai. We need to decongest Mumbai, Gurgaon, Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore. This type of population where we don't have land is available, it creates huge problems. The situation is very complicated. And this is the time that we need to decongest Mumbai. I'm not talking on the basis of caste, creed, sex, language, religion. I'm talking about infrastructure limitations. And this is the time that we need to plan to decongest Mumbai, even 1,50,000. The workers who are working on leather, we can in Thane district, the highway is coming. On the side, we can acquire the land and we can make a smart city there. So I already given proposal to Maharashtra Sarkar for that. So my suggestion is, the situation is very challenging. World economic situation is favorable. It is blessing in disguise. And we need to upgrade our industry. We need to use new technology. And the economic problem, our vision is to increase more liquidity in the market, public-private investment, foreign investment, FDI in MSME, in infrastructure, road sector, aviation, railway, shipping, ports, everywhere. That can be possible. Last 5 years when I was a port minister, we have 12 major ports. Now we increase the tonnage to double, and our port profit is 7,000 crore. And actually, when we accepted this Sagarmala project of 16 lakh crore investment, the people was laughing. You don't have money because my budget was only 800 crore per year. So the 5 years budget comes to 4,000 crore. But we have already completed works in Sagarmala in the port area. 6,50,000 crore is completed on BOT basis, on PPP mode with public-private investment. So everything is possible. So this is the time for the country to get more foreign investment in infrastructure, road sector, railway, everywhere. We are now planning different new innovative ideas where the people can invest, and we can assure them about secure returns. So I feel that we are facing the problem. Situation is really challenging. Whole world is facing the problem. But I feel that positivity and self-confidence, and we can win the war. This fighting spirit, with this fighting spirit, we can win this war. This is the feeling we need in the mind of all stakeholders, and particularly we are definitely 100%. We are going to win war against coronavirus. At the same time, we will win economic war, and we will make the economy of $5 trillion and making infrastructure of 100 lakh crore, which is the dream of our Prime Minister. I'm confident that we can do it. There are problems. There are challenges. There are problems with the financial institutions. Everywhere there are problems. Everyone is facing the problem. Can you tell me the name of the sector or name of the person who is not in the problem? Everyone is problem. Hospitals are in problem. Nanik Bhai was telling me about the economic viability of Lilavati Hospital. Nurses, doctors, people, all are facing problem. This is a very, very crucial period. The time for all of us to create positivity, fighting spirit, self-confidence, and that is very important. And I feel that we can 100% we are going to win this war. So once again, it's a great opportunity for me to interact with you. I am giving my all best wishes to all of you. You are in my last 1.5 month. I interacted 15 crore people. Yesterday I was with that company. What's the name? Philip Capital was organized my webinar with American investor. And at night, at 1.5 hours, I was discussing with the American investor. Then one of the webinar was with the 40 university from 50 countries, 6,000 scholar, PhD scholar. I would get opportunity to discuss with them. So my feeling is that whatever the feedback which we are getting from all the people, my private secretary, they are all taking the notes of it. And we are considering, we are making research and study of every suggestion. Whatever the possible for him on my level, in my own ministry, I will do it. But which is correct, but not in my purview, I will recommend it to Finance Ministry or PMO. 100%, we will try our level best to resolve all the problems. We are very positive, transparent, time-bound, result-oriented, and corruption-free. At the same time, we need to accelerate the wheel of our economy. That is very important. Without liquidity, that cannot be possible. So again, my best wishes to all of you. Once again, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Presently, I'm not in Mumbai. I don't have any daring now to come to Mumbai. The way in which the situation is now, it's really what the problem you are facing, I can imagine. But I feel that this time definitely will change, and we will take the all preventive measures, and particularly the people, those who are their age is more than 60 years, definitely they should be more cautious and they should take more preventive measures for their security. My best wishes with all of you. Thank you very much. Namaskar. You can ask me the question which you want to ask.
Positivity and self-confidence in people, that is what is required. There is no need for anyone to fear anything. And we will march ahead. And as there is that song, famous song, Hum honge kamyab. Definitely. While addressing about investment, I should make it known to you that there are many American companies also attending this webinar today who may be keen, you see, to make investments in India. And as a result of what you described as blessing in disguise, that from China, you see, people are now willing to come to India. So why not India? And I'm sure there will be an inflow of investments coming from the United States. I still remember your famous policy statement when you addressed the CII. I'm a council member. You declared, that was about 6-7 months ago. You said that I'm not going to lay down any policy. You tell me, you bring me the idea for the clusters on the highway, and I will, you see, bring I will give you the cluster. You set up your industries there on the national highway. And that was the policy statement you made. You say, I'm not giving you anything. I want to take things from you. You give me the ideas. You set down the policy. I will give you the land. I'll give you the cluster. I'll give you the facilities to set up, you see, the smart cities. So that is your approach, Honorable Minister. And we all very, very much appreciate. The points which were made, you see, before your good self came by Mr. Arun Kumar and Mr. MS Rita Singh, who is the chairperson of Mesco Steel, one of the most distinguished lady entrepreneur. They'll be conveyed to your ministry's office, and I'm sure that we will get proper response. Now, it is my great pleasure to request my friend Nanik Rupani. We share at least one thing. Although I am a lawyer, he is not a lawyer, but that we are both above 60 years. So much above 60 years. I'm requesting Mr. Nanik Rupani to propose a vote of thanks to the Honorable Minister. Mr. Rupani, over to you.
Yeah. First of all, I'm really grateful to Lalit Bhai for giving me this opportunity to be here with for this webinar. Before I go to vote of thanks, I've got few suggestions for Mr. Gadkari. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear? Yeah.
Yes.
I've got few suggestions to make to Gadkari ji, because I know his dynamism, he never takes no for anything, and he loves to take challenges. Not only take challenges and complete them. You know, I've been closely working for Bombay-Pune highway, and people were thinking it is almost impossible, and so many bottlenecks, so many problems came, but he was, you know, able to do it at a record time and almost 40% less than the quotations we got. Gadkari ji, it is very easy to start in this country, you know, but to close down, it takes 2 to 3 years. I would like to cite my brother, who is a senior citizen. He started a company in 30 years, MSMEs. And for closure from 2.5 years, this department, that department sent this notice. It's really a mind-boggling, you know, he's saying, okay, he had a branches in Delhi, Calcutta, Madras. Okay, you send us the certificate. So it's a very, very, even to surrender power also was a big hassle. And another thing, he had taken a loan, since he's an MSM, he has taken a loan from Bank of India in 2007, which he returned after 3 months. Till today, they are showing, the bank has given certificate that there's no, all loan has been paid after 3 months. There's a NESL, you know, which is a government company. They are showing this loan, you know, on their record after 13 years. We have written so many letters, so many reminders. We have submitted a clean certificate from Bank of India, but still this government agency has not been able to do. Now, these are very, very frustrating problems. You know, a person who devoted so much time. We were the pioneers in telecom, you know, in industry in India. If you remember Meltron, and we brought video conferencing was brought by us. So he was an engineer in Mafatlal. He saying I did a biggest mistake by leaving my job, because these are the things which are very, very frustrating. I can go on giving you more details. So if you are able to handle these few things, I think it will be really very good, because I know your motto has been success, your birthright, you have simplified so many things. I can send you a few notes where people are really fed up following up from one place. Now 13 years with bank, and your government agency still shows a loan. Now if he wants to sell a premises, he can't sell, because that is there. So with this, I'll not take much more time, but I'm grateful to IICC. And I know whatever Gadkari problems you bring, you know, he's able to solve. I had a very big problem when I was having a very big program, Priyadashni Academy, all VIPs, President of Indonesia, Advani ji, and suddenly the government cancelled the venue. And he was really, you know, he said nothing doing. Babu Loko काम है ना बोलना, हमारा काम है हाँ बोलना. And we had such a wonderful program. Gadkari ji, you are really, your dynamism, your approach, your confidence building, and I'm really grateful to you and to IICC, and especially to Lalit Bhai, because we have been working together, and to all our sponsors, you know, especially to Arun Kumar, Rita Singh, and Mukesh Singh. My thanks to them. Thank you very much.
नमस्कार. नानिक भाई, वो आपके भाई का केस मुझे भेज देना ईमेल करके. अविनाश के पास देना, अविनाश को देना, अविनाश के पास.
ठीक है. Thank you.
I will make the inquiry of that.
He's a heart patient. He's having lot of problems. He's get depressed. बोलता हूँ मैंने सब दे दिया है.
वो ओनली पेपर अविनाश को भेज देना, मैं इंक्वायरी करता हूँ.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Kumar, Mr. Singh, Mukesh Singh, sir, we can do the closing remarks, please. Imran sir, Ms. Rao, our national president, have one question for sir.
कशिश जी
गडकरी जी,
रुकना होगा. Ms. Rao, the national president, has one question for sir. Sir, we'll just ask that question and then we'll take it forward to you, please.
नमस्कार जी, गडकरी जी. You always, when we hear you, we feel so excited that MSME sector is going to take off. And we have a small request for the American Chamber of Commerce. We have a lot of MSMEs. And I mean, I know you're giving cluster spaces with all the clearances, environment and land and everything is cleared up. And you're giving near Nagpur and various places, which we've been knowing. But we would like to know, for anybody to invest in India, they're a little scared to come in. So Indo-American Chamber of Commerce can actually make sure we can clear up all those issues that the American companies have, especially US companies, to come to India. They want to come maybe, but they're still little scared. So we would like to be facilitating in between after they come and give them all the comfort besides the government, because we are in that line where we give that kind of cooperation to both sides. So but we don't come to know all this. Can you please give some indication of these companies? Then we'll see that they come in.
एक्चुअली आप ऐसा करिए, आपका तो मेरा अच्छा परिचय है. एक बार वो एग्जैक्टली उनके मन में क्या प्रॉब्लम है, क्या क्या उनको क्लियरेंस चाहिए, और दूसरा क्या है सिलेक्शन ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट में क्या है कि बने तक हम ट्रांसपेरेंसी के साथ ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट में जाए कि जहां आगे भविष्य की कोई कॉम्प्लिकेशन ना हो. तो अगर आप उनमें से जो कंपनियां उनका इंटरेस्ट कौन से फील्ड में है वो बताएंगे तो मैं आपको प्रॉपरली गाइड करके हम उसका इन्वेस्टमेंट आने के पहले ही उनके मन के ग्रीवेंसेस को रिजॉल्व कर देंगे और चीजें क्लियर कर देंगे. तो आप कभी मुझे एक बार अगर ये थोड़ा सा पीरियड हो जाएगा कहीं तो मुझे मिलिए या मुझे एक बार ईमेल भेजिए, मैं आपसे 1-to-1 डिस्कस करके उन सब कंपनियों के प्रॉब्लम हम सॉल्व कर दूंगा. हमारे यहाँ एक जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी है दिल्ली में, वो स्पेशली जो फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट आ रही है उसके लिए कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे स्टेट के साथ. वो भी उनके साथ जो भी कुछ उनके मन में है वो बातें दूर करके हम रिजॉल्व कर देंगे.
हाँ, but anybody, आपके joint secretary can also work with us. Then we will really hand him and clear up everything. You know, that will be even together we can work.
आप एक काम करिए कि राजगोपाल शर्मा करके मेरे प्राइवेट सेक्रेटरी है दिल्ली में, उनको ईमेल पर पहले पूरा आपका जो जो प्रॉब्लम है भेज दीजिए, फिर मेरे साथ डिस्कस करिए, मैं उनसे उनका ओपिनियन लेकर वेरीफाई करके फिर आपको क्लैरिटी दूंगा उसकी क्या हो सकता है.
Because we have a lot of MSMEs, they're little nervous. And
ma'am, I'm sorry, but we have a question from Mr. Kumar also, who is one of our speakers. Sir, you have one question for the minister, sir. Can you please?
Okay, thank you, sir. So my question, sir, is regarding the power supply. As you are aware, the MSMEs, for MSMEs, one of the key input is power cost. And you're also aware that we have a national policy of allowing open access in all states. But many states at this point in time actively discourage that, and you being business friendly understand this aspect. We know there is an amendment to Electricity Act being proposed, but is there something the central government can do to encourage states to allow industries to buy power and, as per the open access policy, 1 megawatt plus customers to be able to source power at the cheapest possible rate, because that will go a long way in reducing the input cost and also help probably growth of MSME and export markets.
What is going to happen to DISCOM?
Yes, sir. That's a very valid question, sir. Very valid question.
Actually, I am of the same opinion which you are telling me, That is exactly the country needs. But presently in government, the state, it is an issue related with the state government. Now their policy is more generation, more losses, no generation, no losses. It is the way the government is working. And every discom, I'm not naming the state, but their liability is 60,000 crore, 70,000 crore, 80,000 crore, 90,000 crore. And in a situation, if we can take this prime customer from them, what will happen to them? It's a problem. And this issue is related with the state government. But our power minister, Mr. Singh, is very much interested. He knows the problem and he is working on the line to find out some way out for that. But presently, we need reform in generation, transmission, and distribution. Even we need this type of strong reform. Without that, it is difficult for survival of the power sector. So our minister is working on it. He is making some law and other thing. But when it comes to Delhi, we will try. But now this subject is related with the state government. They have to take the decision. Ultimately, central has no role in it because they can actually what they can do when central make the law, they can add that charges 1 rupees 40 paisa, 50 paisa, by which it is economically non-viable. Because they are not interested because they don't want to lose their prime customers, those who are paying commercial rate for them. But still, I am of your opinion. I am supporting of this. But let us, it is a very difficult task. It is very difficult to get the solution for that. But we are working on that line. Without state cooperation, we cannot do. But still, by making any central legislation, he is now trying to find out some way out for that.
Minister, sir, has to leave. So, Mukesh, sir, can we have the closing remarks from your side, please?
Yeah, Kashishji. Thank you, Kashishji. Certainly, this has been a difficult 3 months for India. But after listening to Shri Nitin Gadkari Saab, I can only sum up by saying that he is laying a foundation for building up a new economic imagination. Factually, under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi ji, we are heading towards for economic nationalism. I can only sum up by saying this, that Mr. Gadkari has a holistic approach. He has talked about agro MSME. He has talked about the agro, rural and tribal areas, employment generation. Very, very, very holistic approach and a positive approach. He has not only identified the problems, but also he has found out the way. उन्होंने सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस और पॉजिटिविटी की बात है. थैंक यू सो मच नितिन गडकरी सर. और विद द अंडर द लीडरशिप ऑफ डॉक्टर भसीन, मैं एश्योर कर सकता हूं सर, यूपी से, मैं यूपी को रिप्रेजेंट करता हूं. यहाँ पर डिफेंस कॉरिडोर सर आपने दिया है, जो एमएसएमई को बूस्टअप करने के लिए डिफेंस कॉरिडोर भी एक पॉजिटिव अप्रोच रखेगा और जल्दी हम लोग उस पर भी वेबिनार कर रहे हैं. थैंक यू सो मच नितिन गडकरी सर. थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू नानक रूपानी जी. थैंक यू डॉक्टर ललित भसीन. थैंक यू कशिश. थैंक यू सोनिया जी. थैंक यू सो मच.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.